Welcome to the Upside Podcast, where we help you get unstuck in your life and your business by elevating your thinking and provoking meaningful change from the inside out. I'm Theresa Flood. Thank you for tuning in today. And this week's episode is going to be a checkup from the neck up. Yep. We're going to talk about a checkup from the neck up. So I want to start with asking you two questions that I want you to take a minute to think about. And the first question is, what is an area of your life that you are not getting the results that you want? Could be an area in your business that you're not getting the results you want, an area in your fitness and nutrition. It could be an area in your relationships. What area of your life are you not getting the results, not getting the outcomes that you are wanting to get? And then my second question, once you've identified that area, is I want you to ask yourself, what is your predominant thought or thoughts about that thing? What do you think about? What do you ruminate on? What is going over and over and over in your mind again? What is the most dominant thought about that? And we're going to talk today about those thoughts. And I want to give you first 3 things that are true about your thoughts. And then I want to give you 3 action items that you can take and run with to get the different results that you want to get in your life. So the first thing about your thoughts is they are not all true. Yes, just because you're thinking them does not make them true. When we have thoughts about any area of our life where we're not getting results, those thoughts oftentimes feel like our reality. Just because they feel like our reality, just because we think them, does not make them true. And so understanding that we have to audit our thoughts for truth and not just take them as face value is a huge part of having a really, really healthy thought life. So number 1, all your thoughts are not true. Number 2, you can change your thoughts. You can change your thoughts. You can't always change a thought that just pops into your brain. You can decide what you are going to ruminate on, what you're going to meditate on, what you're going to choose to dwell upon, what you're going to think about over and over. And actually, as you get your thought life under control, you will find that those little random thoughts that are not positive, not healthy, that are toxic, that aren't serving you, that are not true, are going to pop in your brain less and less. But you do have the power and the ability to change your thinking. And the third thing that's true about your thoughts is that they are the number one thing that changes to change your life. They are the starting point to change the results that you're getting. They are the starting point to change your life. Your world is a reflection of your thoughts. If you don't like what's happening in a particular area of your life, go to first and foremost to what you think, what you believe to be true, what you're pondering. And I will tell you, you want to change your life. You want to change that area of your life. Start with changing your thoughts. If you will improve your thoughts, you will improve your life. So your thoughts are not all true. You can change them, and they are the starting point for all the change that you want to see in your life. So here are 3 simple action steps. This week's episode is really, really simple. And the first thing I want you to do with your thoughts is I want you to ask yourself, who and what are you listening to? Because it's very much an input-output. If you're filling your mind with negativity, if you're filling your mind with limiting beliefs, if you're filling your mind with scarcity thinking, with all of the reasons why you can't, with all of the just negativity, complaining, all of the things, you are only going to get that kind of output. So who are you listening to? Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? When you need a pep talk at the end of the day, is the person you're calling on the other end of the line going to help feed you the kind of thoughts that you need to hear? Are you listening to podcasts and books and music that is causing you to be edified and encouraged? Or are you listening to things that are bringing you down? Because what you think about has a lot to do with what we're putting into the brain. And the second thing is I want you to spend time actively choosing your thoughts. We mean spend time thinking. Set time aside in the morning. The morning for me is my thinking time because I pretty much get dumb at night and not really any good thinking happens for me at night. So for me, it's in the morning where I get to spend time taking a moment to choose my thoughts. Take a moment to actively spend time meditating, pondering the things that will edify you that are good. Meditation is such a powerful thing because so much of our thoughts feel reactive. But if we're going to train our brain, if we're going to train our thought life to be productive so that we can get the kind of results that we want to get in our life, then we have to spend time actively training it. And you do that by what you actively choose to think about and meditate. And then the third thing I want you to do with your thoughts is I want you to start looking for evidence for the thoughts that are true. Because what happens is when we have thoughts that are not true, we will go look for evidence to prove those untruths, those lies to be accurate. And so if we want to change the way we're thinking, I want you to go actively look for evidence, actively look for proof that shows that the true thoughts that you want to think, that you want to dwell on, that you want to be true, that are true, I want you to go look for the proof in that. The things that say you can do it, quit focusing on the reasons why you can't. And when you have a victory and a win, I want you to go look for it. I want you to call it out. I want you to name it and start looking to prove the things that are true. So, Upsiders, listen to me. Not all your thoughts are true. Just because you think it doesn't make it reality, doesn't make it true. You can change your thoughts. And if you want to change your life, the number one thing to change is to change your thinking. And this week, if there's an area of your life you're not getting the results you want, I want you to spend time actively thinking. I want you to do an audit of who and what you're listening to. And I want you to start looking for the evidence to prove true thoughts right in your life. And that is the encouragement that I have for you today. It's another episode of The Upside. If you're not subscribed at TheResaFlood.com, I'll send you all of these notes in case you're driving down the road or running on the treadmill. You don't have to take notes. I'll send it all to you with a weekly challenge. And I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering for you. You can do this, whatever it is that you're facing in your life. Let me just tell you, you have what it takes. You can do this. Thank you for listening to The Upside, and we will see you next week.